Hi, Sister John. This is Tamara Hess. I'm here to show you my final Family Proclamation project. I'm really glad you had us do this. It ended up being really fun and I think so meaningful and worthwhile. It was a lot of time, but like I said, when it's worthwhile, I don't mind. I put my project in this box, decorated it with some family things. My project is going to my son and daughter-in-law who have two small children. So everything that's in this box is centered around the Family Proclamation and various activities that adapt to small children. They have small children. So inside here, they'll be able to use this on family night or on Sundays when, not the normal things are not appropriate. So these activities would be great to have as a young mom, I think. So anyway, inside my box, it's a really cool box, hanging files. I have 12 different activities, plus I have an extra folder of some other activities that, and the proclamation I put back here somewhere, back there. A copy of the proclamation, in case there was some other things that they wanted to do or try. Okay, so what I did on each of my lessons or activities is I put them each in a hanging folder, and then I took my paper that I wrote and I put on here, like this is Parenting with Love, Limits, and Latitude. And so that's the title of the chapter. And then also I put down what part of the proclamation this fits with. This fits with parents have a sacred duty to rear their children in love and righteousness. Because I thought that was kind of fun so that you could make the connection between what part of the proclamation I'm talking about and what activity I came up with. So anyway, I've written a little bleep. Some of it's personal, some of it's what we learned in the chapter. And so my son and daughter-in-law can read this and they get a little lesson or activity from it also. And then I have down here how it's going to be applied to the children. So for example, this lesson inside here is a puzzle, and they're going to put all the pieces together so they have a finished product. It doesn't matter how we put it together. One person might start with all the edge pieces, while another might focus on putting together a certain item shown in the puzzle. We might not have to pray or study about how to put a puzzle together, but when we're raising a family or being part of a family, that definitely will come into play. And so anyway, inside here, for example, on this one, I have an object lesson, and I've laminated all those things that I've written out, and a quote by James E. Faust. And then this puzzle is really cool. This was a puzzle I ordered. I took a family picture of them, my son and daughter-in-law with their two kids in the hospital when she just had her second baby a month or so ago, and made a puzzle of it so that they can do that with the kids and see that, hey, we all do things differently, but even though we do things different, the end result can be the same, and that's having our family be together. This picture of their family. Some of the other ones I did, and I'll just kind of move through these quickly so that you don't get bored. Wholesome family recreation. Same thing, same format. Adapting to children. This is a story about Lucas and how wholesome activities strengthen the family. This had a calendar. This was cute. A calendar that looks like this. And the kids take different activities, swimming, playing outside, watching a movie. Anyway, there was various ones. It's been a while since I did it. I did 2 of these in case they wanted each kid to be able to do this. And you go around and, this is a story about wholesome family activities and this little boy, and it's a good story. And then you go around and you have each member decide what day of the month, that they want to do some of these activities. And for the little kids, there's pictures so they know what it says. If it's swimming, it shows somebody swimming. If it's going for a walk, it shows the family walking. And they can plan out their month. And I think the whole family would enjoy that, but I really think the kids will love that. Chapter 17, I focused on supporting families across generations. And in here, I have had a family tree, that they can color, or they can cut out. I've made lots of copies, or they can cut out pictures of the grandparents or themselves and put in here. Or they can draw a picture and put in there and see. You can teach them about family history. Okay. This one was, you probably remember this. This was the family proclamation. This was on the actual family proclamation. Let's see if I can get it out. And I did my little write-up for the adults, and then adapting to children, I've made a full laminated set of flip cards so that the family can memorize the proclamation together, or you could just make up games to go with these cards. These turned out so cute. I think I told you I'm going to do these for every young woman in our stake. I think it would be great. I did the Living Christ a couple years ago, and they most of the girls in the stake memorized that, and it was really fun. So this time I'm going to challenge them to the family proclamation. Okay. This is how prayer. This was on chapter 19, sanctification and cooperation, how prayer helps strengthen relationships in good times and heal relationships in bad times. This fits with the successful marriages and families are established and maintained on principles of faith and prayer. In this one, I've laminated, and I have the music because my daughter-in-law can play. And then this shows what picture goes with the words of the song. And then these are the pictures to the words of the song so the kids can learn I pray in faith. And that will teach them how families pray. Okay. Parenting in gospel context. Practices do make a difference. To observe the commandments of God and be a law-abiding citizen wherever they are. And in this one, the activity is, I have these little I obey the law badges that she can cut out, or they could color. I have both for her. This talks about how we believe in obeying the law and goes through step by step some of the things we believe in. Article of Faith, number 12. And this is a cute story about Matt and Maddie and how he was influenced by his friends and he was being disobedient to the law. And then here's the instructions for a game, the numbers for the game, and the kids can play the game. That's a fun one. I don't think we've done this one. The meanings and blessings of family work. Chapter 21, successful marriages and families are established and maintained on principles of work. And how I adapted this was to have a short discussion on how everybody in the family must work. And I've made work awards that they can receive as they do various things. And then my daughter-in-law could decide if she wants to give them, I don't know, a treat or money or whatever she decides to do. Anyway, these are really cute. There's like the Sweeper Award, the Shiny Sink Award, the Duster Award, Toy Picker-Upper. There's just a variety. I've laminated those up. And I also gave her a sheet so she can see or make more, a couple sheets in here, I guess. And then I laminated a way you can turn this into a game, and reminded things that that parents should be reminded of, have clear and realistic expectations, etc., etc. Okay. Chapter 13, honor thy father. Oh, this was a cute one. Once again, the lesson here, or the thought for the adults, and then a little bit of my testimony, adapting to children, play the game, walk the path to manhood. I have a short lesson, and it's on how dads teach, provide, and preside. It's really cute. And then my rocks are in here, and everything on these rocks pertains to things that happen to boys or men. Like at age 14, you become a teacher and you go to seminary. One more. There's a whole bag full. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, that one's blank. The age of 18, you might be an Eagle Scout, and you will have gotten 21 merit badges and done a huge service project. Anyway, there's ones from baptism to becoming a deacon, all sorts of things. And this is a lesson on dads and all the different things that dads do for us. And here's this little activity with the rocks and things that happen to boys at different ages. And your kids could play it out and then have your husband, or my son in this case, tell the kids like, oh, when I was 12, I remember being a deacon, and he could explain to them some of the things he remembers. Okay. Done that one. It's hard to remember where it's at. Okay, mothers, chapter 12, mothers as nurturers. Followed the same pattern. This is a great lesson to remind the kids that Christ has a mother, that Christ had a mother, and mothers teach us many things. And in this packet, I already have the colored pencils because kids usually have to color with crayons, and I thought they might think colored pencils are fun. And these are some papers that they can draw something for their mom or a picture of their mom after the lesson. Picture of Christ with his mother when he was born, so you can explain to them that he had a mom. Moms teaching children various things. Animals with moms. Tons of animals with moms. Anyway, I won't go through all that, but it's just different things that moms do to help us. And you talk about those things, then you can draw it out or draw a picture of your mom. So that's the mother lesson. Losing my spot. Okay. Temple covenants, chapter 16, and families. Sacred ordinances and covenants are available in holy temples. And after this one, they can adapt it to themselves to the children by having a short discussion on the temple. I've got a pretty picture of people getting married at the temple. You could color if you wanted to color first, whatever. But then the cool part of this lesson is I got this Lego temple. It's really cool. I saw it put together at Deseret Book. It was awesome. So I bought it, and they can put together their own temple, and they could leave it. You could even like rotate it from room to room, and it's your special week. You get to have the Lego temple in your room, and anyway, you could do a lot of things with this. So this is what goes with this lesson. And then chapter 32, eternal family, and how I've adapted that is, this was cute. This is how I adapted this one. Instead of cutting out pictures of each kid, which is what I wrote here, I actually went and bought these little figures, I'll show you in a minute, of different people in a family, and you just put a little blanket over it, and you set it in front of a picture of the temple, and then you let one of the kids like go behind the little blanket and pull them out, and then when you take the blanket off, you're like, who's missing? And we don't want anybody to be missing at the temple. So here's the picture of the temple I laminated, and then this little thing can be used as a blanket, and then I have these little people. There's a mom, a dad, a grandma, there's a baby over here. Just different people in the family, and how you don't want anybody to be missing. You want them all there. So those are the two temple. Okay, so and then the last one is chapter 20, repentance and forgiveness in the family. So successful marriages and families are established and maintained on the principles of repentance and forgiveness. And This game is adapted to children, and it's a game called Smooth Sailing, and it teaches the children what forgiveness and repentance really is. And they have these different boats. There's a whole bunch in here, different colors. And anyway, and they try to get their boats back to their landing instructions. And then I've laminated all the different parts of the game, and you just tape it together on the floor and play the game. I think they'll love that too. Huh, there you have it. All my activity box, and then like I told you, the extras back here in the back. I'm super excited, and once again, I'm very grateful and thankful for this opportunity to study the proclamation and to learn from you and the other members of the class. I really enjoyed it. I had a great group online. To be perfectly honest with you, I was dreading that, the weekly meeting, because I thought, oh, nobody will ever show up, and it'll be, I don't know. I don't know what I thought, but it was nothing at all what I thought. Had a great group of people. I feel like I have friends, even though I've never met them, and I just feel so blessed. Thank you. Have a Merry Christmas.